Welcome to I Didn't Know That, a show about things I didn't know. And today we're going to be talking about something that would give me a huge stress in my life, and that would be if I had to pick out items for a new home construction or a remodel. And we're fortunate to have Joy Summers with us. Joy, thank you. She's with Summers Design Center in Vergas. Joy, you're going to help me out with this.
Definitely.
So what would I do if I were like, okay, I'm thinking about a new home or a remodel? I know those are kind of two whole separate things, but if you can kind of lump them together, what would we start with?
Yes, so definitely the first thing to do is to seek out a professional. I think that when you're trying to do anything that's outside of your norm, it's great to seek out someone that does it on a daily basis.
Yes, I wouldn't go starting to fix my sink.
That's right.
I'm not a plumber.
That's right. So
Super.
Interior design, floor plan, flow, any of that, you know, there are professionals to help you, walk you through the process and help you carry the weight of all the decisions.
Okay, so then I imagine you would get a feel for what my style is and all that. So then what would happen next? Do we start looking at samples? Like, where do you even start?
Yes, so once you seek out a professional, typically we're going to ask you a lot of questions. We're going to ask you, do you like light colors? Do you like dark colors? Do you like clean lines? Do you like a really homey, eclectic feel? All of those things.
Getting stressed already here.
So we ask you all those questions because a lot of people don't know what their style is. And so
Yes.
by showing you pictures and asking you what you like or don't like, we can kind of pull that out of you without it stressing you out.
Yeah, and what I like about here, let's take a walk.
Yeah.
You have samples, large sample sizes of things here.
Yes, we love for people to be able to really touch and feel what they're working on and before they make decisions. So it's definitely easier for people to come in and see what does it look like to have quartz versus granite? What does it look like to have butcher block painted versus wood, all of these things, even corners, how round a corner is, to be able to walk around and feel those things and be able to experience it before you make the decisions really can take some of that load off as well.
Mm-hmm. So then would you start first like in the kitchen, get that kind of done with?
So it depends on if we're doing a new build or a reconstruction. So a new build, obviously we start with a floor plan, and that it's something that is very often very fun for someone to start, and then they get a little ways through the process and get really stressed out and trying to fit things into a certain box. And that can be very helpful to have an outside perspective, especially someone that sees them every single day. And there are just some normal things in a floor plan. For example, we often have people put a half bath and a mudroom together. However, typically a half bath is a formal area where your guests come and it's more clean. It's not something that you have to maintain all the time. Mudroom is someplace for you to drop all your stuff when no one can see it. So we try to help people think through those things and separate those spaces. So say a mudroom off of your garage or your informal entry and keeping your half bath formal for guests. But we can kind of walk through that process and talk through just kind of common living spaces that make the most sense.
Sure. Well, and you know, you like with your samples around here, you have your fireplace. So you said these are electric?
Yes, so we have 3 fireplaces here for people to be able to see the differences, and each one is set up differently for people to really choose which aesthetic fits in their space and which one is their style. So we have one gas that has both a mantle and a hearth. We have one that's electric that has kind of a mantle but has no hearth and goes straight to the ground. And then we have an electric that's more modern and hangs on the wall. A lot of times this your space will often dictate whether it's gas or electric, but your style can dictate whether you want to have a hearth or a mantle or what you want it to look like. So it's just nice to be able to see them all, see some options in front of you before you make up your mind.
Yeah, what if you're a hodgepodge of styles? Is that okay?
Definitely okay. And part of the reason why we like to ask a lot of questions, because I don't want your house to be in my style. I want it to be in your style. So it's really fun to, even if it's a remodel, to come into your space and ask you, what do you love about it and what do you not like about it? So we can kind of hone in on the best best way to fit you.
Sure. Well, let's take a look. Show me, like, just in a quick way, like what areas you have here.
So we have a lot of vignettes set up so that you can kind of see what it looks like in a house. Just ideas. You can walk around and decide what you like or don't like. Our flooring section can very often, flooring choices can very often overwhelm people if there's too many choices. So we feel like we've kind of pared down to the kind of the best of the best with lots of color options that fit each person's style. And the same thing with carpet. We've really tried to keep it at a manageable choice level. Definitely something for anyone in here, but still not overwhelming for choices. If you choose a solid surface of some sort to go through your whole house, often it's really nice to soften it with a rug, so you can get an area rug on top of it. And that can really warm up a space and really show some personality that maybe you don't want to make permanent in your home.
It's nice to see the rugs like that as opposed to rolled.
Yes.
Is there any kind of a new trend with flooring? Like, what's the hot thing going on?
So I think the most current is to have a floor that already has an underlayment connected, like has the cork backing that already has some cushion to it. They're antimicrobial, helps with the sound in a space, helps with the softness. If you're walking on just concrete underneath, I think that's definitely, we saw more of that than anything else.
Okay. And you've got kind of laundry example here.
Yes, we do a lot of stackables, especially for the lakes area. Most people don't have space for a full size.
And so you sell the machines?
We have partnered with D&D Appliance, and so we offer, they kind of do the maintenance and the installation and delivery and all of those things, but you can come here and order them.
Nice. Well, let's take a look in this other room. I really like this one. This is the exterior, right?
Yes, we have found that it's rare for people to have the opportunity to see the exteriors at a little bit bigger scale. So most often you'll go into a lumber yard and you'll get samples about this size. But when you're trying to put it on the whole side of your house, we want you to have a little bit bigger example.
Yes.
So in here we have 3 different examples of Smart Side, which is the most common thing that we're installing right now on exteriors.
And that's not a vinyl.
It is not a vinyl, it is a wood, but it's got a great warranty, and if it dings, you can actually paint it. So it's a really popular style, and this is obviously just regular siding, and then this one is board and batten, very popular right now, especially maybe in just the peak of the house. And we also have, this is actually steel siding. It's a brand new
Oh my gosh.
version.
Yeah, you'd never guess that was steel.
It's super fun and really can break up. Say you use Smart Side for the rest of your house, you could use steel, say around your entryway as an accent. We also have 2 different versions of vinyl siding over here with the green and the white. This is a popular vinyl. It's a little bit sturdier. And then vinyl shakes. Again, often just put in the peaks, adds a little bit more fun. Pretty popular in the lakes area to give it a little bit more character on the exterior. And then of course you can always add stone depending on which style your house is.
Yeah, you know, listening to you talk, Joy, it's definitely something that I think you want to seek a professional.
Yes.
There's just so much, you know, no matter how much HGTV you watch, it's still nice to talk to a professional and someone who's, like you said, sees all this every day, you know.
Yeah, it's, you know, and when it's your own project, sometimes you're a little bit close to it and you see all the details, and then it's just a lot of pressure, and we would, you know, we love to help walk you through it.
Yeah, I think, you know, I fortunately didn't have to go through that process, but I thought, like, oh my gosh, if I had to pick out all the handles and all, you know, all of the little stuff, that would have thrown me over the edge. So.
It's nice to come in and we can help ask questions and again get down to what your style is and maybe give you 3 or 4 options instead of quite so many.
Yeah, and so it's Summers Design Center, and then you also have construction as well?
Yep. So construction, we've had a construction business for almost 20 years, a lot of experience there, and then we've got at the Design Center to help you, everything from floor plans to interior design, everything in between.
All right, and that's in Vergas. Beautiful building and wonderful people, so make sure you check them out and take the stress level down.
That's right.
Well, Joy, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you learned a little something today. I know I did.